Bro, I hate rappers.
All right, welcome back to the I Hate Rappers podcast. It's your one and only DJ Z13, and I have a very, very special guest in the building. It's the winner of our, what do we call it? I Hate Rappers, no. I Hate Brackets or something like that. It was our March Madness tournament. So, and you guys won that this year. So congratulations. That was our first one we've ever done. We had some great results on that. But yeah, so for the people that don't know, who are you?
We are Soul Tapes, and my name is Cornelius.
I'm Trey.
Connor.
So why the name Cornelius?
So this guy over here, he just had to come in, have the same name as me. We're both Connor, so I had to switch it up, and Cornelius speaking my name, was calling my name.
That's his new era. When he changed his name to Cornelius, that's when he really became Cornelius. He started rapping and stuff.
Okay, I respect that. So, you guys are a group?
Yes.
Do you make music individually on the side or just all together?
We make music like all together, like some side projects, but nothing too serious. Soul Tapes is like the main thing for all three of us.
Okay. So do you have a tape out yet?
It's coming very soon. I can say that. May 3rd.
Cool. So how many songs?
6.
6 songs. Any features?
2.
2 features. Well, we're excited to hear it. We're excited to play it.
Yep.
And we're
ready?
excited to see you guys perform it. Have you done live performances yet?
Just one.
Okay.
It was at actually his dad's restaurant.
Okay.
So
It was more of a private event,
Mhm.
and it was live instruments, and we just did some covers, like a Beatles song,
Mhm.
and we also did like more of it was more of like, we try to keep it very diverse. That's
Mhm.
the type of music that we want to make. Just
Okay.
be able to do multiple genres at the same time, or even in the same project.
Cool. Well, we'll have to get you on a West Side show soon. We have a whole bunch of them all over the place. So yeah, and I'm sure that people are going to want to see you. But yeah, so this is this podcast goes everywhere basically, but it mostly lives on social media. So for social media for you guys, is that a big thing that you guys care about and work on?
100%. We market throughout Instagram, and we're about to start making a bunch of content for TikTok and Instagram Reels, just to keep people interested, basically. Just have something to post still.
Mm. Yeah, one of the things that I dislike and hate the most about the rap industry is, I would say it's the Travis Scott thing of just going dead and not posting. It works when you have millions and millions of followers.
the mysterious play.
Yeah, it doesn't work here. It doesn't work in the underground. It doesn't work. I've seen people do it, not throwing shade. Well, I mean, throwing shade to them. Like, it doesn't work. You can't be mysterious. And even the people that were previously mysterious will tell you, if you ask them now or a year or two later, yeah, you can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
you got to give your followers a reason to care. And right now, your followers are they're followers. They're not necessarily fans yet. So you got to make that conversion. And the only way you're going to make that conversion is through content, through releasing, through music, and through everything. So, so consistently posting, consistently dropping. And the other thing is holding stuff back in the vault. Like, there's no reason at all that you shouldn't just drop it all right now. Finished products, of course. You don't want to be dropping unfinished stuff, but like, there's no reason that you should be holding on to stuff now, because you're going to grow with everything you drop. And the only way to grow is going to be to drop. So you're going to look back, and stuff is going to be worse than your next stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm a DJ, and like, I just got a new board like a week ago, and I had my first gig with it last night, and I can already tell I'm going to look back in 2 months and be like, wow, I could not believe I was on that old board. Like, it's crazy, but it'll be the same for y'all when you upgrade your microphones or go to a big studio or start doing performances. Like, you just got to do it to grow, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, I mean, Make Me Feel was made actually last year during July.
Okay.
And the first rough drafts of it, I hope no one ever sees it besides us. Like, I don't even like showing it for like other friends and stuff like that. So yeah.
So I got to ask y'all, you haven't been around for too long. You've been around for about a year. What is something that you hate about the rap industry, about rappers, what's a pet peeve of yours that you hate and you see?
I think it's like people not focusing on just making good music.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people just being like, let me get a quick TikTok hit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get just a sound that people are going to use, just this little catchy snippet.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't like to just sit down, be like, can I be creative? Can I do something new? Can I make something that people are going to be like, I've never heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard someone try to do that. And that's what we're trying to do. That's our biggest thing.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that. And I mean, there's people, you even see it today, the one-hit wonders of like, even like that JP kid that just dropped that song, like on TikTok, like, yeah, it's popping now and no shade to him, but like, I don't see that continuing for a long time, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
even like
not.
Fetty Wap with Trap Queen, like that was a big viral hit on socials and stuff, but that transcended socials and went into radio and went into the clubs. And yeah, they're spinning JP a little bit, but I don't see that song continuing for months and months on end. I think once the wave dies in TikTok, so does the song. Like a lot of TikTok audio and trends and stuff like that. So yeah. But who are your guys' biggest influences?
I think one of our recent ones is Free Nationals, definitely.
Okay.
With them dropping live instrument stuff that then they rap over.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we're definitely trying to we're trying to replicate some of that for sure.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, Free Nationals, Brockhampton, a lot of like collective groups that mix up their genres. Like we're not rap, we're not just R&B. It's like a mix of things. Like it's like a smooth mix. Like the instrumental might be a little more R&B based, and then there might be a rap part on it, or it might be a little more rap based but with singing on it.
Okay.
It's just the whole like a mashup of it.
What about you? Same thing.
I think a lot of independent artists too, like even though we are a group, it's just it's really good, like almost when you're working on deliveries or something, it's always good to reference another artist like as like a starting point. Or just like you want to kind of go for this type of vibe on this song, or you want to go for this type of feel on another song that just gets your delivery sounding like you have an idea of where you want to end, basically.
Okay, that makes sense. So on the flip side of that, who are some artists that you guys just cannot stand, that you absolutely hate? Whether it's a genre of music, a person, an artist, whoever.
I'm trying to think.
You're going to burn a bridge in your first interview.
Not a specific type, like not a specific person, but this type of rap where it's like melodic guitars and they're just trying to be like, Juice WRLD. They're going over the E and D or type beats.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the thing that kind of annoys me, because they're like you're not going to get anywhere being a less good version of another artist.
Correct.
Who people already love. So
cool. Same
it's
with
just
you.
what I kind of hate.
Cool. So you guys, are you from Cleveland, all three of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Midwest area just in general.
Midwest area in general. Okay. So I'm not from Cleveland. So I just got here like 2-3 years ago, and I'm still to this day learning everything about it. But there's a whole bunch of cool venues around here that are unique to Cleveland, are unique to the Cleveland music scene. So where do you guys see yourself performing at in about a year?
Thinking in a good way, like I'd say there's this place called the Grog Shop.
Okay.
There's obviously the No Class place that I think will be a good start. And then hopefully from there, something like the Grog Shop. Aiming higher, the Agora is obviously a good place to like perform.
And I think another big thing, it's great to promote in-state, especially early, but in this time that it's about to be summer, we're gonna have a lot more free time. Just contacting other small bands or even artists in different states and just being like, hey, is there a venue that we can open up for you? Literally slapping a QR code in front of us, and if we put on a good show and we're in a completely different state where we know no one, that's just such a good way to like have all of them be like, oh, they put on a good show, I want to go check out their music now. And that whole bar or venue wherever we're at is all gonna start listening, like, or look at our QR code and take us there.
Yeah, I mean, the music's what matters, if that makes sense. But in my opinion, the music's not where the money is. Anyone will tell you the money's in the shows, the money's in the merch, the money's in the touring, the money's in everything there, because streaming's not paying anything nowadays. And yeah, they're upping that a little bit, but it's not paying anything. So, and it's the same with our podcast. Like, streaming's not paying anything for the podcast, but socials and merch and stuff like that is where money comes in. So yeah, that's all really important. But yeah, I mean, what I would say for you guys, because all of you are pretty young, right now it may seem like sometimes you don't have time for something, and that may be true, but you have more time than you're ever going to have right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, the second you got to start doing other stuff and getting jobs and yada, 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 you're not going to have a lot of time. So not to say that you can't do it down the road, because you definitely can do it down the road, but now's the time to go crazy while you can.
100%.
So,
like this first summer where we have complete music, like that's about to come up, is like we have like dates ready for like we want to do this then or have this done by then, just basically little goals just to keep us on track and keep content coming out so people don't forget about us, because obviously a new band, especially with one single out, it's not the main thing in everyone's life going on is Soul Tapes right now, so but as if it is for us, Soul Tapes is all we're thinking about, but just content to keep people updated on it consistently.
No, I definitely feel that. And the other thing is, you got to look at things like Monster Energy, for example. I apologize, Red Bull. So Red Bull, if you go to their social media, they don't have Red Bull on their social media. Like, there's no cans of Red Bull. I mean, there's probably a few, but it's not what their content is. Their content is extreme sports and cool stuff that people that drink Red Bull would like, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you don't want your content to 100% be your music, if that makes sense. Yeah. You want to have some photo shoots. You want to have some music videos. I would even say go out with a tiny mic and go stand in front of a venue when there's a show, like at the Grog or at the Agora, with a tiny mic and interview people and put that content up. And then, like, there's so much stuff that you can do that's not music related that can gain your followers, and then you can put that into the music, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Like, there could be someone who's really good at making music, but if they're not doing anything besides just putting it out, barely promoting, no one's going to care. Yeah. And if you also aren't like a personality too, there's a lot of people who are famous, not even for their, like, mainly for their music. It might be their social media presence, like Snoop Dogg. How much people are bumping Snoop Dogg? Like, that much, like new stuff. And the new stuff, it's mostly his other stuff that, like, people follow him for. Yeah. So you got to do other things.
No, I definitely feel that, and I'm trying to think of another example, because I mean he had a whole bunch of hits back in the day, but there are people out there that music does come second, and it's they focus on other stuff, but yeah, no, he's not really an artist, but like, no, I don't know, I'm trying to think of someone. It'll come to my mind eventually, but but yeah, so. Yeah, we appreciate you all for coming on today. What is something that you want someone that's seen this, who's never seen you before, to take away? Like, why would they want to listen to your music out of everyone?
I think what's going to separate us is just the difference in creativity. Okay. I think we're gonna make more music that people just haven't heard stuff like that before. We wanna mix things that have never been mixed, and we wanna make songs that people just have never heard in that genre. We've never heard those type of like mix of instruments, or maybe like at this tempo. We just want to try different things and try to make the best music. And I think that's gonna make us different, because we're not focused on just making a hit. Yeah. We're really not at all.
Like I said with the other inspirations, like, of artists, like, it's good to have that reference point, and then like he said, we're not trying to exactly make a hit. You just want to use like their, like, the idea of the type of music they're making and put that into our music. But then again, it's mixed with so many different artists, so many different genres that, wow, it's like I haven't heard something like this before. Or, like I said, like when we were doing covers and stuff, like going from a Beatles song to more of a rap song, or like one of our covers that we did, one of our single that's out now, we did that at our live show. So doing that like right after a Beatles song, I think it had, even though it was a private event, it had the crowd like, oh wow, these kids just did a Beatles song, and then they started rapping, and it had the crowd involved like enough. Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I was a big fan of the Beatles until last Friday, but for those of you that were in Vegas, understand that. But yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just trying to wonder what happened to the Beatles.
They took a lot of money from us. They have like a It's not even their casino, but there's a casino there that's like very Beatles themed, and we lost a
okay.
lot of money there.
Okay. So you hate Beatles? Hate rappers
Yeah,
and the
I
Beatles?
don't.
Okay.
I don't like the Mirage. I don't like the Beatles. I also don't like Johnny Rockets, but that's a story for another time. So
Yeah, that's all good. I don't have anything else to say.
yeah. But yeah. So before we wrap up, let the people know where they can find you, when your music is coming out, and yeah.
May 3rd, Soul Tapes is going to be on all platforms. Our Instagram is Soul Tapes with 3 underscores after it. All updates are on there. That's the most updated social media.
Mm-hmm.
And there's about to be a lot of content coming soon, whether it's little clips of us playing our live instruments, because we all play an instrument or multiple instruments, or it could just be a little clip of us, like a rap verse from us that usually pertains live instruments in the background.
Yeah.
But Soul Tapes is available everywhere on all streaming platforms.
Sweet. And yeah, I would say my last thing is another social idea for you guys. Literally, if you do like 1 minute covers of songs, if that makes sense, like T-Pain does a good job at that. I don't know if you ever seen those. He dropped a whole cover album one time,
really?
and like it's really cool. He put a rap spin on country music and just crazy stuff. So that's my last little piece of advice. But we hope to see you guys back here very, very soon. We hope to see you performing at the Grog and the Agora within the next year or so. We can't wait for the album to drop. And I hate rappers, but I love artists. So we'll see you.
Thanks for having us.